Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Jackie Bloom here. Thank God it's Friday art time. Sorry to be late, ladies. Time just slipped away. I don't know if it's the gloomy rain or what, but here we go. Okay, so stamp set I'm using today is the November stamp of the month. Is this not just the best? A little bit of everything. Who doesn't love a coffee cup, tea cup? Who doesn't love pie of any flavor? Stamp of the month for November, starting in just a couple of days. Okay? And I'm also going to be showing you the wood grain paper from the Core catalog. And I don't know about you, but I love wood grain. A lot of people do. So I'll give you a quick run through at all the different colors of wood grain that there are. So there's the front and back of that one. And I love that the zip strips tie into the different patterns of wood that we have. Okay? Say hi if you're on. I'll try to not miss you. And I think this is one of my favorites. This one, I think, a little bit go a long way. I also like this one and this one. Actually, I don't know that I can pick a favorite anymore. And you can see here that this mimics this, especially if you put it that way. See that? Okay. And next is this log pattern. And look at, they have the little log pattern up above there. That's really cool. So again, a little will go a long ways. And then there's this set of patterns. And I love that there's all these different, from whitewash to warm to browns to yellows, just a little bit of everything. And the herringbone, or I don't know, what would you call that? Somebody tell me. Here's another warmer one. See how that one is warmer than this one? Kind of your honey color and kind of your, more oak kind of color. So anyway, now it's just a little snippet. And look at, this is exactly the same pattern on your zip strip. Do you see that? Exact same pattern on your zip strip. I love it. Okay, so what are we going to do today? We're going to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Okay, and I have a couple tips for you today. So, first thing we're going to do is our black paper, and I just cut down the kind of the more honey colored one. I think it's this one. Yes. And I just cut it this way and just cut it into strips. Okay? And then I'm going to take my black ink and we're just going to distress the edges of this. And it just adds so much to it. And I also want to give a shout out to Brenda Rose, because she's the one that I found that did this. We have what's called Extravaganza, and we have different teachers helping us to learn about our new products and tools and whatnot. And she did a card the other day that has just let everybody create and have a lot of fun with our papers and such. So again, I'm just inking up the sides of these, and I do like these. They're good to hang on to. They're easy to change out. They get lots of color on, but you can also blend with them really nicely. There's a little bit of a learning curve. Doesn't matter, I'm just putting some black color on, okay? And look at that. Got my finger dirty. Let's get that cleaned off. Ah, so we don't want it going somewhere we don't want it, right? Okay, so let's see. Tip number 1. Your scissors aren't working and cutting as well as they should be, right? Good old stamp cleaner to the rescue. Spray that on. Okay, remember, this is very, very pointy. Do not slide this way. It's better to slide this way, unless you've got something really thick that you can go back and forth on. Oops, sorry for the shaking. So I would just go back and forth with that, clean that off really good. And then, and you can tell when you're cutting something, which I'll be showing you in just a little bit, when you're cutting something and it just, the scissors are grabbing and tearing and folding your paper, then it's probably time to clean them off, okay? So that's tip number one. Get this out of the way. Stamp cleaner, I love it. It's item number 1778. Okay. Next, we are going to put these pieces that we cut onto our card. And you might be saying, what are you doing? You're putting it on the card. Just gets a little more on there, okay? And I need to sit down for a second. Sorry about my head getting in the way. And I just want to make sure, you know, it all starts with your foundation. You get that first one on there, right? Okay. Second. And this is sometimes a little easier to do it this way. Just put the what am I trying to say? Put the tape on the card. Oh, one of those days today, ladies. I don't know about you, but it's one of those days. Okay. Oops, that one didn't quite, and I never pushed down too hard. Try not to. So that way I can move that over just a touch. Alright, last one. So this wood grain panel, and you can stamp on this. I mean, go to town, ladies. Try anything, right? Alright. There we go. Okay, I'm a little bit off. I'm going to go to the paper trimmer and trim that off. I'll be right back. Okay, all better, but oops, we need a little bit more, don't we? Because I cut that edge off. There we go. Okay. Alright, so there's a nice panel, and oh my gosh, this could be such a good guy card, right? I hear ya. Alright, but we are using the stamp of the month. I used the coffee cup. And here is my coffee cup. And second tip of the day is a little more coloring, showing you how to do it. Tri-blend marker. This is the brown gray. I always start with the light. And you know me, I'm one for not exactly coloring it all in. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. That's the first layer. Get my light down a little more. There we go. Alrighty, and then I'm going to go on to the medium, and you don't want to go over everything again. I'm doing a little bit of that dot dot pointillism, and I just want to give it a little bit of shadowing, just a little bit, okay? That's all we need. So see how much more vibrant, and it looks like a cup lid now? Cool, huh? I like that too. Okay, you can also take this cup, or the base of the cup, that's the lid, and you can go around it with the light gray to give it a little bit more depth, I guess. Texture, depth, not really. And then I'm going to go to the medium. That was the light. I'm just going to add a little bit more. Not everywhere, just a few places. Okay. And then I'm going to go back to the light. Oh, not this time. We'll leave that one. Okay. And then another thing that you can do, oh, where is it? Is take your journaling pen, and this will add some more. See how it's just kind of, I don't know what you'd say. It's pretty, it's fine. We've got a little bit of extra there with the the gray that we added, right? So if you just want to enhance that a little bit more, because this is so much darker, I'm just going to go around the outside. And it doesn't have to be perfect. More about getting it on there than perfect. See, my line got a little bit light there. And then when I put this lid on, I will show you what we do. So I will hold this out because we might need that again. Okay. All right. So there's that part. Now I'm going to show you a new product. Ooh, look at that nice thin cut. It does come in a set. This is all you get to see right now. Who's yelling at me? Show me more, show me more. So a nice big one, right? What did we do with that? Well, this is Bluebell. So I made a Bluebell glitter paper and I backed it with the Bluebell on the light side. Okay? Isn't that pretty? I just love it. Okay? So our card's coming together. What do you think? Okay, and I already have a lid cut out. So here's my lid. Oop, I need to put a little bit of stick it up stuff. Stick it up stuff. Wow, isn't that good? Let's put a little bit of 3D foam tape. Better than stick 'em up stuff, right? 3D foam tape. So, remember I was telling you I was going to hold back that marker. When you put this on, I'm going to draw a little line under here and it'll just, I don't know, it just does something for it, right? It's all those little bits and pieces here and there that you add, okay? All right, another tip for you, cutting stuff out. Okay, so I showed you that it works best to start with nice sharp scissors, right? The other thing I do is, like a lot of us that use the nice sharp scissors, is we cut our piece out. Instead of leaving it on a bigger piece of paper, we kind of trim around it. Boy, I can talk today, can't I? Okay, I'll get up closer so you can see. So, let's see if I can get rid of the glare. So when I cut, I'm clear back here. I'm not clear out here. This doesn't give you much control when you're doing this thing, okay? And the other thing that I've often told gals in person when I'm showing them this is turn your paper and no pointy edges. Once in a while you need a pointy edge, but if you just turn your paper, not your scissors, it helps you to create that nice smooth half-shaped circle that is. Okay, this is where it gets tricky, right? It's like, oh, this is hard to go in there. Right around this part. So here's my trick. First of all, I'm going to get rid of that excess. Then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go what I call blind cutting. Because I know I'm close to that, but I'm fine. And you can check as you go. So I'm kind of blind cutting, and it's a straight line, so it's a little bit easier. Okay, let's see, nice. Oops, let's stay on camera. And then I'm going to cut off this excess again. I might even cut off this excess. And then I'm going to really use my paper to help me with this. So I'm going to come in here, okay. I'm going to come up here. I haven't needed to turn my paper yet. And I'm going to turn my paper, and then I'm going to use this part to really help me turn that paper. So as you're cutting, oops, see how nice that is? I got a little booger right there. I don't know what happened. There we go. But see how nice that is? So remember, if your scissors aren't working, clean them off. Maybe you need to sharpen them too. Sometimes you have to do that. And you can do that, do that with a little sandpaper. Cut through a little bit of sandpaper. We'll sharpen them if you don't have a sharpener. But that's how I do it, okay? And then if you need to, you can always go back once you get this much cut out and cut out a little bit more. Like if I wanted to, I could go back in here and cut this down a little bit more. Again, use the paper to turn, not your scissors. Hey Linda, how are you? Okay, so that's how I get a nice cut with scissors, okay? And that's scarlet color, which I'll show you that in a second. All right, so we got this going. Next is the words I stamped on one of our new brackets. And I'll show you which ones those are. And they are the stitched ones. Get my washi tape off of there. Oftentimes I'll hold them down with washi tape just so they don't move on me and go off of the paper, like if I'm using a small piece of paper. So just use a piece of washi tape. And this set is Z3687, and it is the stitched, one of our new stitched brackets. We have a couple of them. Okay, so there's that. All right, so we've got this going, we've got this going. Something else in here that I used was a little flower. And of course, you know, I showed you a red candy cane, but we're kind of keeping on a blue theme here. So we got a bluebell candy cane. Why not? There's all kinds of candy cane colors these days, right? So why can't we have different colors? All right, so again, I think I'm going to put this one right like this. And this is dry fitting. I'm just figuring out where I want my pieces to be. And this is okay if you cut this off. That's what we're going to do. Actually, I think I had it more like this. Okay. So again, I'm just figuring out where I want to put stuff. That looks pretty good. Okay. So we know we need that down pretty low. So let's tape that. We might run out of adhesive. It's been known to happen. Okay, so look at, I'm lining this up on my grid paper, so that way I can keep fairly straight. And then I'm lining it up with the edge of my paper. I'm going to get this one down. I like this glue because you can just wipe it off. Alright, let's put our cup in, tuck that in. Let's put this one down next. Make sure I'm on camera. Tuck that under there. Put our cup lid, which we colored. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with the black. And I'm just going to follow this line. Make sure you can see me. I'm just going to follow this line with the edge of the cup since it's raised up. And see how that just kind of finished it off a little bit, right? And then I'm going to put some of this there. And that's raised up, got foam tape on it. And somebody told me that when you're going around edges, circles, sorry, I'm off camera, sure. When you're going around edges with the foam tape, if you peel off the this little backing piece that keeps the other side so that way it's not sticky on sticky, then you can curve these a little easier by taking that off and then curving it around. Ooh, I didn't leave quite enough room, did I? Let's see if I can peel that up. No? Okay, well, we'll just improvise. We'll go over the words a little bit, right? There we go. Okay. Now let's go and cut off all of this that we don't need. Okay, there we go. And then it's looking pretty good, right? But we can go in and add a little more because, right? Because we want to. So this is just clear shimmer brush. And I'm just going to add a little bit to my candy cane. This is more of a, this is a girly foo-foo one, okay? I'll show you a guy one in just a second. So there's a girly foo-foo. Got to have a little bit of pretty, right? So I'm just going to put it on the flower. And I'm maybe going to come in here and add a little on the cup, a little here, a little there. I think we got quite a bit going on. Okay. And now I'm going to pull in our glitter gems, the Bluebell matching color. It's nice because you have different sizes. And my piercing tool. I could not live without my piercing tool. And let's see. Okay, so here's another trick that I do is I kind of do this and say, what size will that size work in there? Yes, that'll work. Yes, that'll work. Kind of like the big one down there. Why not? Extra oomph, right? Okay, so here's another tip for you. Push down on these because they are adhesive backed, but sometimes they get not all the way down, seated. So I always push them down first. And I like my piercing tool to do that. Put another one here. And then threes and 3 triangles. So let's add one maybe right here. How's that look? There's another thing you can do is just kind of move it around with this. Sometimes I like to cluster them in amongst here. That would be, wow, you wouldn't even be able to see it. Why use it there, right? Alright, where are we going to put this guy? Come on, guys, tell me. Kind of like it there, but I'm really leaning towards, and sometimes I'll stand up because then, you know, you get a little bit further away from it. Hey, Lori, how are you? So we're trying to figure out where to put this last one. I think right there. Oops. Come out from there. Not there. Right there. There we go. Isn't that adorable? I just love it. Anybody else love it? So you can see all that shimmer and glitter and paper going on. We've got our little defined edges with our marker. We cleaned up our scissors so we could cut. And we added some gray. Okay, so the other card that I did, well, here's the red cup and that candy cane. And then I did one more card for you. So here's just kind of some colors. And there is the evergreen card. Now this one is a little more, I put the glitter paper behind this thin cut. And I used the light side of evergreen. This is evergreen. And then right here, good morning, Lori. I used the black pearls right in here. And that is like Stickles Oxide Pearl. They're a Stickle brand, but they're liquid pearls. And I just love how that looks. There. Can you see it any better? There. So that's what I did. And if you came late to the party today, like I did, go back and watch the replay. I'll have it up in just a minute. But I hope you enjoy these cards, and I hope that you get some of the wood grain paper. I'm so happy that it's here for an entire year. And remember, this is your sneak peek. There is a set of something, and it will, if you have your catalogs, you already know what it is, so go find it. It's in the back of the catalog. And, oh, what did you say, Linda? Between candy cane and edge. Yes, you agree. Between candy cane and edge. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Tell me in just a bit, or I'll give you a second. You guys have a great weekend. And tomorrow's supposed to be better for us here in Oregon. It's kind of gloomy today where I am, and it's been raining. So I hope that you don't have any of that. And I will see you before you know it. It'll be Friday again. Take care, everyone. And if you can make it to my open house, then I'd love to see you. Just let me RSVP which day and which time so I can plan accordingly. The Bluebell Sparkles. Oh, you wanted to put it between... between the candy and the edge. Oh, right here where I put it? You like it there? I like it there. Is that what you're saying, Linda? Yes, you agree. Oh, okay. You were helping me place it. Yeah, I think it looks good there. And like I said, that kind of creates your triangle. It's kind of actually a... And it can be, it could have been 2 here and 1 there. So any kind of long triangle, little triangle. Oh, good. I got it. Thank you, Linda. So anyway, have fun making stuff. And I hope to see you Sunday or Monday. Take care, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.